Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So right now in today's video I'm going to be doing a Kim Kardashian inspired look. So not today like 2021 Kim Kardashian, but definitely like 2011 2013 Kim Kardashian's makeup looks, because she definitely had a cool toned vibe with her makeup looks back then, and she was the queen of cool tone makeups when everybody else was wearing gold. So I'm just doing my eyebrows with the Essence micro brow pencil, and yeah, I'm doing things pretty much normal as usual except for the eyeshadow, which I'll be showing in this video. So here I'm going in with the Juvias Place, I believe I Am Magic concealer in the shade 16, and all of the products will be in the description box below. Here I am taking this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Mist. It's like a setting spray, and I just sprayed it on this very small blending brush, and I'm using that to smooth out the concealer so that there's no harsh lines in where I concealed underneath and above my eyebrows. And I'm adding on some concealer to the top because I guess I forgot to do that. So now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, and I'll have the shade in the description box. And I'm taking an Eco Tools very dense brush, and I'm just blending that over the eyelid. This is a really simple eye look if you have the right products. A lot of products are very warm tone right now, but you will need a very ashy, kind of like blue tone. Like you'll need a lot of blue, gray, black type of thing. So I'm taking this Toledo palette. Oh my god, this is so old, and I don't even know how I got it. But I'm taking that shade that I pointed to, and it's like a nice just like a cool tone grayish bluish kind of color. And so I'm just taking that into the crease just to start it off and just form a shape. And so now taking that kind of purple undertone, it has just a minimal about a shimmer too, and I'm just packing that onto the eyelid to just create a base for the eyelid. Now with the lightest shade in the palette, it's like a kind of white gray, and it has a lot more shimmer to it than the other one. I'm just taking that into the inner crease because in the picture she had a very bright like kind of like, what is it called? I don't want to say eye duct because that doesn't sound nice. But the inner part of her eye was very bright. And so I'm taking a brown to deepen up the crease and to just add dimension to the eyelid. This is a palette from an online store. I think it was called a Hard Candy. I don't know. I don't even know. But I took a combination of their shimmers, which is like a gold and a silver, and I just used that to add more brightness to the inner corner because she had a very bright inner corner. And she also had a smoked out lash line at the bottom, and it was in the shade brown. It had a little bit of shimmer to it, which I will be adding in later, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing right there. And I'm adding even more depth to the crease by just a little bit of black, because back then it was all about the shimmers, and it was all like 3-step looks. Honestly, it was not all of this transition shade this and that. Like, you mess up and you see me wiping it off just like that, it looks perfect, it looks fine. So I couldn't tell if she did anything super special with her eye mascara. Well, no, not eye mascara. Her, what's it called? Oh my god, I had a brain fart, guys. Her eyeliner, there we go. So I just did a very basic eyeliner, no tail. You see, I just kind of did a little stop right there, and yeah, just to get that thick eyeliner that I can see. The real important part and the key with the eyeliner for her look is she had a very much detailed inner eye corner. All of the detail in the look was in the eye corner. She had a very nice dark bottom lash line, waterline. It was very, very dark. It was pitch black, and she lined her waterline really well. And it was a full connection, which gives the kind of cat eye kind of look. So to get even more depth and darkness into the waterline, because it wasn't giving for me, I had to add some liquid eyeliner in my waterline. And so right now, this is really important. I took this pressed glitter in this LA Girl palette, which will also be in the description, and it was perfect for like really bringing attention to the inner eye, to the inner corners of the eye. I gotta think about what to call that. But hers was slightly lilac, and I didn't have a color like that, so it did good to bring the attention to the area like how she had hers. It's not exact, and I think it's the only thing that really wasn't exact about the look. But so I'm taking that shimmery brown that I was referring to. It's a little bit deeper, and it definitely has some glitter in there, and that took care of that. And so I guess I just showed you guys an up close look of it. And now I'm starting the process with the face. Her face makeup was very, very simple in my opinion. Of course, it was full coverage, but there was no real like contouring going on. She definitely had a very much highlighted look, which is why I went in with the L'Oreal, because it was more neutral of a shade than the Juvias place. It was very yellow. But so yeah, she had a very bright under eye, and she really just had blush for the shape of her face. She didn't use very much contour, or at least you couldn't see any really brown tones. It was not all bronzy, tanny for her back then. And I really liked that about her. She had, you know, a very unique look right there. Concealer directly onto the face, and I blended it out with a eyeshadow brush. Now I'm going on with my sponge that was damped with the ColourPop, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, and I'm applying that to the perimeter of my face, on my nose. She had dark areas, which was like underneath her jawline, her forehead, and her nose, but her under eye was very, very, very highlighted, and so that's exactly what I was going for. So here I am taking the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, because I am not Armenian and I am actually African American. I was looking very, very, very pale for my skin tone because I wanted to have that highlighted look, but I just knew that I needed to add some shape to my face anyway. So I made sure that I took a very, very small blending brush. I think they call it a shading brush actually. So for eyeshadow, I use very, very detailed brushes so that I can apply the minimal amount of product so I can build it up as I need to. So I applied it on the skin with the brush, and I just lightly stroked it out, and then you'll see me go over the areas with a sponge. So now, because I wanted more coverage, looking back at it, I should have went in with the Too Faced concealer because it's also neutral, but this one didn't really do much harm to the look. I just needed to have a very, very full coverage under eye. I was seeing some imperfections shine through, and I wasn't really feeling that. So once again, sprayed the beauty blender is what I meant to say earlier, with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Mist, and I'm just blending that out, tapping that in, and making sure that I keep it placed underneath the eye. And if you guys see me looking over, it's because I had moved my laptop to that area so that I could look at the picture. So now this is one of the most important parts about this look that whoever did her makeup did. The look that they created was a sculpted face using more blush, or her blush was really like a really, really, really pretty color. It's kind of peachy, kind of a peachy pink rather than like a coral pink, which is what I kind of use. But I didn't really have that, so you got to make do. But yeah, I'm taking that really along the cheekbones. I refuse to put blush on my forehead and on my nose like a lot of people do. I'm just not doing that. And I don't think that she really did that in her look either. I see a little bit of a red tint to her chin, so I went ahead and saw if I had any excess product, I was going to put it there. Now I'm using the Real Techniques powder sponge that is made specifically, or a beauty blender made specifically for powder. And I took the Laura Mercier powder and I tapped it on my hand and then pressed it into my skin on my face. I don't like to say into the skin, but honestly, it looks better than dragging a brush or dragging powder over the face. And so, yeah, that's why I dab it on my hand first. But to get a more defined look underneath my jawbones, I left an ashy trail under there, you know, like baking. And so I'm taking the Sephora Collection contour palette, and I'm taking the most cool tone shade, which is that middle bottom row. And I'm just taking it around the face and also using it to buff off the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I went ahead and sprayed my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Ignore who it was collabed with. I don't care about that dude. But, so now I'm applying these Beauty Supply Store lashes, and what's important about them is to be careful taking them out. I'll try to have the name of them. They're really, really nice, but they're hard to manage without breaking because they be sticking to the box. But so I chose these because they wouldn't cover up the eye makeup that we just did. I didn't want 32mm minks or anything like that for this because I really wanted to be able to master that 2000s, early 2000s kind of thing. And they had nice long lashes, but it wasn't like too dramatic. Oh my god. I made her little signature face. But I'm taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara under the eyes, and I'm just showing you guys the difference, and I'm applying it to both eyelashes under the bottom, and I ran it across the top as well. Now I'm going in with the Milani liquid lipstick in the shade Lavish. And then I'm going to go on and you'll see me use a really, really glossy e.l.f. Plumping gloss to just get that really, really, really shiny look that she had. I wish I had her lip color because it was really nice, but who's to say if it'll look nice on me? But I went in with some more of that blush because I wasn't really doing the look justice. I'm very shy with blush, but I went ahead and I made sure I did any little touch-ups. Yeah, so that is really it. I just added this highlighter, which will also be in the description, messed up a little bit, and that is it for this look.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying to see if it'll work out here, and I know that it's not. Okay, guys, so excuse my dirty computer. There you go. You can really see it now. So this is the final look, and yeah, so this was a really fun experience, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, and you have any other celebrities or suggestions, then please let me know.